Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome to Moneycontrol. I'm Karunya Rao. With me is Manisha Gupta, and once again the spotlight is on gas and oil prices. Let's first understand what has propelled oil prices overnight. There's been a good 3% uptick.
Oh, well, yes, and that hasn't stopped. We are looking at yet another buying move coming in for Asian and the European markets right now, and that is because the Canadian Keystone pipeline, which delivers crude oil to refiners in US, is shut for a second straight week, and there's no date on when it reopens, and that's bothering the markets, and that premium is coming into the space. The second point is China continues to reopen, so even as we are looking at cases increasing there are more. Reports of of the infection spreading out. But with the Chinese markets opening and the November numbers coming in good, the December also has seen higher volumes being uploaded on tankers for China is supportive. And the third thing is Russia continuing with their reiteration that they will stop production and not produce or not give oil rather to those European Union and G7 countries who have put a price cap. So all of that seems to be building its way back into prices.
How big a factor is the Canada aspect? How much of an oil typically comes from there? From that
Zero
pipeline?
point 0.6 to 0.7 million barrels per day. So that's quite a number, basically. I mean, it's nearly a percentage point of global demand.
Okay. So, is that likely to ease anytime soon? Because, of course, China demand will only go up with things opening up. Russia is status quo for the last 7, 8, 9 months that we've seen. So, can that play a role as well in the coming weeks?
Oh, well, all of that would, and more so, it is going to be the US inflation data today, the US Fed meeting in this week, and not just the US monetary policy, but you have monetary policy meetings from European Central Bank, Bank of England as well coming in. So before we get into that holiday mood, this week has a lot to offer.
And what about gas? It's still on gas.
It is nearly 26% up now in the last 6 trading sessions. So we are looking at stronger cues on that one. And when you look at the UK gas prices, we are up by nearly 60% from the October lows. So very good going in all of the gas prices, whether it's UK, European Union, or the US numbers.
I know you also wanted to touch upon silver. So, why specifically silver? What is happening there?
Good gains again into that commodity, 12% up in last 1 month, 28% up for the December quarter as well. So we have seen outperformance coming from silver when you look at across commodity as a sector, and with the kind of deficit that we are stating at 8,000 tons of silver import into India, which is a record number. Strong buying is what we've seen from US in sense of those eagle silver coins as well. So every data that you look at in sense of silver and the expectations for 2023 tell you that yes, there could be some more bullishness continuing.
So, among all of these commodities that we've talked about, which looks the most promising right now from these levels, despite the run?
I think I would watch out for silver and copper. These are two commodities that do look strong. You know, we've been talking about on how aluminum and zinc inventories are on the lower side. So global consumption, aluminum is 4 days of global consumption, zinc is 4.9 days of global consumption, and the kind of copper inventories that you have globally is 2 days of global consumption. So there's no reason that you would want to go short on that, unless of course there is absolutely complete demand destruction that you see from the manufacturing and infrastructure.
You know, for a significant part of the year, we've been telling our viewers about the inflation in commodities, especially food and agro-related commodities. So let's also address the good news there, wherein there's been a significant easing in food inflation. In fact, that's the factor which overall pulled down the CPI number yesterday in the evening, if you guys have followed it. Let's talk about these softer commodities and how are they doing. Well, we know that they did ease in the last 2 months. Is that trajectory continuing, or we've seen some rebound there?
So, a couple of things there. One, the export numbers from India have been weak because Europe is not buying. China has just about started to open. So, the sentiment buying is what we are seeing in commodities. But then again, there is a bit of a cautiousness as the US Fed meeting is still awaited. But yes, when you look at the last 2 or 3 months, we've seen many of these commodity prices off their highs that we saw in the first half of this year. So, whether it is about sugar, coffee, rubber, cotton, edible oil, pulses, and I could count on both the fingers. All of these prices are closing this year off the highs that we saw in this year and by a margin.
So that bodes well for macro indicators, right?
It does.
So let's see how that plays out. But that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in.